Hi everyone, today I'll be talking to you about climate change, or what is popularly known as global warming. Climate change simply refers to the rise in average surface temperature on Earth. An overwhelming scientific consensus maintains that the climate change is due primarily to the human use of fossil fuel, which releases carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the air. The gases trap heat within the atmosphere, which can have a range of effects on the ecosystem, including rising sea levels, severe weather events, and drought that render landscape more susceptible to wildfires. What are the causes of climate change? The primary cause of climate change is the burning of fossil fuels such as oil and coal, which emit greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, primarily carbon dioxide. Other human activities such as agriculture and deforestation also contribute to the proliferation of greenhouse gases that causes climate change. And talking of fossil fuel and coal, this is one of the most disturbing things in modern times. To say that today we now deny science and claim that some of these things have nothing to do with climate change. Why some quantities of these gases are naturally occurring and critical part of Earth's temperature control system? The atmosphere is very concentration of carbon dioxide did not rise above 300 parts per million between the advent of human civilization roughly 10,000 years ago and 1,900. Today it is about 400, a level not reached in more than 400,000 years. What are the effects of climate change? Every small increase in air temperature caused by climate change has have severe effect. The Earth average temperature has gone up by 1.4 Fahrenheit over the past century and is expected to rise as 11.5 Fahrenheit over the next. That might not seem like a lot, but the average temperature during the last ice age was about 4.0 Fahrenheit, lower than it is today. Rising sea levels due to the melting of the polar ice caps again cause climate change, contribute to greater storm damage. Warming ocean temperatures are associated with stronger and more frequent storms, additional rainfall, particularly during severe weather events, lead to flooding and other damage. An increase in incidence and severity of wildfire threaten habitat, homes and lives, and the heat waves contribute to human death and other consequences. While the consensus among nearly all scientists, scientific organizations, and governments is that climate change is happening and is caused by human activity, a small minority of voices question the validity of such assertion and prefers to cast doubt on the preponderance of the evidence. Climate change deniers often claim that our recent changes attributed to human activity can be seen as part of the natural variations on Earth climate and temperature, and that it is difficult or impossible to establish a direct connection between climate change and any single weather event such as hurricanes. While the latter is generally true, decades of data and analysis support the reality of climate change and the human factor in this process. In any case, economists agree that the acting to reduce fossil fuel emission would be far less expensive than dealing with the consequences of not doing anything at all. I believe mankind has looked at climate change in the same way as if it were a fiction. As if pretending that climate change was unreal will somehow make it go away. That is not a reality. But I think we know better that every week we are seeing new and undeniable climate events, evidence that accelerated climate change is here right now. Drought are intensifying, our oceans are acidifying, with methane plumes rising up from the ocean floor. We are seeing extreme weather events in the West Antarctica and Greenland ice sheet melting at unprecedented rate, decade ahead of scientific projections. None of this rhetoric and none of this is hysteria. It is a fact. The scientific community knows it, industry knows it, government knows it, even the United States military knows it. Chief of the U.S. Navy Pacific Command, Admiral Summer, recently said that climate change is our single greatest security threat. To be clear, this is not about telling people to change light bulbs or buy hybrid cars. The disaster has grown beyond the choices that we individuals make. This is now about our industries and government around the world taking decisive large scale actions. Now is our moment to do something. We need to put a price tag on carbon emission and eliminate the government subsidies for oil, coal, and gas companies. We need to end the free ride that industrial polluters have been given the name of free market economy. They do not deserve our tax dollars, they deserve our scrutiny. For the economy itself, we would die if our ecosystem collapses. The good news is that renewable energy is not only achievable, but it's good economic policy. This is not a partisan debate, it is a human one. Clean air and livable climate are inalienable human rights. And solving this crisis is not a question of politics, it is a question of our own survival. And I believe that we need to put the politics aside and face challenges that lies ahead of us. Climate change is here. It's real and it's not going anywhere. And if nothing is being done, we will not like the earth the way it is in the next few years. I hope you understand what we're getting ourselves into. And I hope that this video encourages you to go out and do more research on climate change. Thank you for watching.